Hey guys, welcome to this week's video. So I'm going to be showing you how I made this mushroom. So I made this for my sister who is turning 16, and I asked her what her vibe was, and she showed me her shirt, which was like this green drippy mushroom, and I was like, oh okay, I can do that. So I started off by making the background, but I didn't show you that in this, but it's just blue, purple, pink, and then black at the bottom. And then I outlined with white what I wanted the mushroom to look like with the drips, and started on the top, which was first going to be the light pink going into a purple. She told me that the colors she wanted in this was blue, purple, and black. So I did that, and like I just mentioned, I started off with the pink at the top of the mushroom, and then I turned it purple, so the drips are all purple. But at the very end of this video, I actually go back because I felt like it blended in a little bit too much of the background, but you'll see me do that a little bit later. So I colored in all the drips, and I wanted to make sure that it didn't like blend in too much, but I kind of had an issue at first. Something you didn't see that I did off camera was I outlined all of that with black and put some white, and you can tell now I'm adding on like the, I don't know what you would call those, but the underneath of the mushroom. And then I outlined it a little bit more, and also I did forget to mention as well that I added a stem, which you can see on there, just a typical brown stem. While you see me filling in these creases on the stem, I'll just mention I am mostly using acrylic paint for this, and you'll kind of tell I'm doing a little bit of Sharpie, which is what I did for the underneath of the mushroom, but I actually go back through that with multiple types of paint after, or multiple layers of acrylic paint, so I'm only really using acrylic paints for this. After I did the stem, I went to the top of the mushroom, the head of the mushroom, and I added some highlights and some shadows because I wanted to make it look more real, but in like a cartoon way, if that makes sense. So after I finished what I thought would be just kind of like the end of the mushroom, but I ended up going back, I did start with the grass. So I didn't make the grass white, but I started with white because, like I mentioned before, I have that black at the bottom of the page, so I felt like it would be hard to see the green. So I did just paint all of the shapes that I wanted in white, so it was super easy to go over it in green. As you'll see, it'll cut to all of them being green pretty much. I did leave a border of white because I felt like with the mushroom looking a little bit more cartoony, that it wouldn't hurt if the grass looked like that as well. After I was finished with the grass, I went ahead and outlined the mushroom completely in black paint, and just like overall, I don't know how to explain it, I kind of just like added a little bit more details, made it have a little bit more depth is probably the best way to explain that. At this point, I thought that I was done, but then I ended up going back in pretty soon and actually like making the drips a little bit more pink. Something I did was I went and looked at my painting in the mirror, and I couldn't really see where the drips were. I didn't like that. I want you to be able to see the drips from far away. So I added some more highlights and some more shadows. And then I started to make some clouds. So this was a last minute ad, but honestly everything on this painting is kind of just on a whim anyway. I took some of the purple and a little bit gray, and I made these really cool realistic clouds. I think it looks so cool to have the mushroom and the grass be super cartoony, but then the clouds look super realistic, and I honestly think the clouds make the whole painting even though they were a last minute ad. So at this point, it's where I decided to add a little bit more depth to the drips. So I started to add white, but I still felt like that wasn't enough. So you'll see me go over a little bit with the pink that I used at the top to kind of separate it from the actual background. And what you'll see me doing here is also just going around with a little bit of white around the entire mushroom. That way you can kind of tell it's separated from the background, but just slightly. So after making just a few more tweaks here and there, the painting is pretty much done, and I just go ahead and sign it with my initials, and then that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like it and comment what you would like me to do next, because I can paint a lot of different things if you want. So just let me know what you thought about this painting and if you'd like me to do more paintings in the future. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.